You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken tech for your ears.
Welcome, everyone. We're diving into information security today, a space that, well, it never really sits still, does it?
It really doesn't. Always something new, but also old challenges sticking around.
Exactly. We've got these persistent vulnerabilities, brand new threats popping up constantly, and then, the defense is trying to keep pace.
It's a constant cycle.
So our mission today is really to cut through some of that complexity and figure out what's most critical right now for keeping our digital lives secure.
And it's interesting where we start, actually, because despite all the fancy new tools, there's one, let's say, old school method that businesses are still leaning on heavily.
Okay, I think I know where you're going with this.
Email.
You got it. Email. It sounds almost dated to say, but nearly 9 out of 10 IT leaders say it's absolutely critical.
Wow, 9 out of 10. More than Slack or Teams.
Yep, even more than those. It's about reliability, auditability.
Yeah.
The messages that really matter from a business process standpoint.
Right, the formal stuff.
Yeah.
Legal records, compliance.
Exactly. And the numbers back it up. Something like 48% of all business communication still happens over email.
48%, that's huge. So it really earns its place.
It does, but that reliance, as you know, makes it a massive target.
That's the paradox, right? The
Right.
thing we trust and use most becomes the biggest vulnerability. And while email's holding strong, the attack landscape certainly isn't static. We've seen some pretty significant breaches lately. TransUnion comes to mind.
Indeed. That was a tough one. Personal data names, birth dates, social security numbers for over 4.4 million customers was stolen.
Oof. Was the credit data itself hit?
Thankfully, no, the core credit data wasn't compromised. But the PII, the personally identifiable information, was accessed via a third-party application. It's part of this worrying trend we're seeing of major companies getting breached.
And the attackers are getting cleverer, finding new ways in. They're even using tools we trust inside our own workplaces.
Yeah, that's a particularly nasty one. We're seeing a definite rise in malware being delivered through Microsoft Teams.
Through Teams, how does that even work?
Well, they impersonate IT support, maybe send you a direct message, sometimes even call you through Teams. It could be from a fake account or maybe even a compromised legitimate account.
Ah, social engineering.
Classic social engineering. They exploit that built-in trust you have for internal communications. They trick users into installing dodgy tools or running malicious code. It's all about stealing credentials and sneaking past the usual defenses.
That is kind of terrifying. It's like the threat is already inside the castle walls, sending you DMs.
Precisely. And it gets worse. There's a new type of ransomware making the rounds that's
Well, it's truly brutal.
Brutal how? More than just encrypting files.
Oh, yes. We're tracking a group, Storm 0501, they're called, using what's described as hybrid ransomware. They get in, often using privileged accounts, and they move between your local on-prem systems and your cloud environment.
Okay. So far, standard sophisticated attack.
But here's the kicker. They don't just encrypt your data. They actively mass delete your cloud resources, including
don't say it.
including your backups.
Oh, wow. So even if you have backups, they might be gone.
Exactly. It creates this sort of no-win situation unless you pay the ransom. It's incredibly aggressive. It just highlights the potential consequences.
Yeah.
Like that huge $97 million fine SK Telecom got hit with for a SIM data breach affecting millions. The stakes are incredibly high.
Okay, so that's a lot. With threats escalating like this, both in frequency and just sheer nastiness, what are defenders doing? How do we even begin to fight back?
Well, the defense is evolving too.
Yeah.
One really interesting area is something called agentic threat hunting.
Agentic, as in AI agents.
Exactly. Traditional methods like humans sifting through endless logs, they're just getting overwhelmed. There's too much data.
Right.
So agentic threat hunting uses AI agents to constantly monitor these vast log volumes, develop initial hypotheses about potential threats, and flag things for human teams. It's about augmenting the humans, finding those subtle patterns across huge data sets that people just can't spot alone in time.
So it's like giving the security team AI assistants to do the heavy lifting on data analysis. Sort of, yeah. It helps them focus their expertise where it's needed most. It's moving towards more proactive, even predictive security.
That sounds like a necessary shift.
Yeah.
And speaking of advanced tools, I heard about something new for analyzing software. pyghidra-mcp.
Ah, yes. That's pretty cool. It's basically a new server component for Hydra, the open source reverse engineering tool.
Yeah, NSA's tool, right?
That's the one. This new pyghidra-mcp lets you hook up large language models, LLMs, to Ghidra.
Okay, so AI analyzing code.
but on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
It allows these LLMs to perform analysis across multiple interconnected programs, like an entire application stack, not just one single file.
So it can see how different parts interact, find vulnerabilities that only show up in those interactions.
Precisely. It's a big step beyond just looking at individual pieces of code in isolation.
That's a significant leap in capability.
Yeah.
And it seems like some of the big tech players are also getting more proactive, not just reactive. Google's new unit.
Right. Google's setting up a dedicated cyber disruption unit. The focus isn't just defense. It's on actively disrupting threat campaigns using, as they put it, legal and ethical means.
So going after the attacker's infrastructure, maybe?
Exactly. Using intelligence, legal frameworks, trying to dismantle their operations, take down their servers, disrupt their finances, maybe even help unmask them. It's a more offensive strategy, really.
Okay, so we've covered a lot. The old stuff, like email, still surprisingly central.
But a key target.
Right. Then these evolving, really nasty attacks like the Teams malware and that data-deleting ransomware.
Showing increasing sophistication.
But also these cutting-edge defenses, emerging AI threat hunting, advanced code analysis, proactive disruption. It's quite the dynamic.
It really is. And AI is becoming this incredibly powerful tool on both sides of the equation, for the attackers and the defenders.
Which leads to the big question, I suppose.
Oh, I think so. The question for you, listening, is, with AI amplifying both the threats and the defenses, how does your own approach, your understanding of digital security, need to evolve to keep yourself safe?
That's definitely something to think about. A huge thank you for walking us through all that today.
My pleasure.
And thank you all for joining us. Stay curious, stay vigilant, and stay safe out there.
Spoken Tech for your ears.